Hi and welcome. The video is here. Finally. For this pattern, instead of dividing by 4 like you usually do, which is waist divided by 4, hip circle divided by 4, and the skirt mount divided by 4, you'll be dividing everything by 2. So that's what was done here. Waist circle divided by 2, hip circle divided by 2, and skirt mount divided by 2. As you must have seen from the video of the style at the beginning, the slit is at the side. So I am going to be using my dart point measurement as a reference. So that is waist circle divided by 8. And then I'm measuring that from the center. I'm marking it out and I'm going to draw out that line. What I just marked out are my pleat points. So I have 5 pleats planned for this outfit, as you must have seen at the beginning. So those are the pleat points for each pleat. I spaced them 1 inch apart. You don't have to use 1 inch, but that's what I used here. Next, I am marking out the slash lines. So if you look at the video at the beginning, you will take note of the resemblance with the pattern I'm about to cut. I'm also going to make sure that I have the same distance on both sides. So you'll see me fold this into 2 at some point and then mark out the points so that we can have, like, can you see it? So we can have the same points on each side. Now I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side, the exact same process. Please use your tailor's ruler. I didn't have my close by, so I improvised with my measuring tape. Now to the actual slashing and spreading. First we're going to slash. That's basically what I'm doing here. I'm just cutting along all those lines that we created, and then we're going to move ahead to the fabric and spread. That is what I am about to do here. So I'm going to place this on the fabric and spread it. Now the spreading is not random. I'm actually going to make sure that I use the same distance between each point. Here I'm using 5 inches. So I'm using exactly 5 inches all through. This is very important because we are going to have to spread the other side with the same 5 inches. Remember that this is just one side of the slashing. There's another side you're going to work on. So it has to be the exact same thing. So if you're using 5 here, take note of the distance and use it when you're spreading the other side. I need you to take note of how the hip side, that's the waist to hip, is curved here. Can you see that curve? Take note of it because I'm going to reference it when showing you a mistake I made. Now I am going to notch every single slash point. This is what I'm going to reference when I am doing the actual pleats in front, so please do not skip this step at all. So I'm basically going to repeat every single thing I did on that side, on this side as well. Take note of this area. It's a mistake that happened because I rearranged the fabric while it was already spread. You're not supposed to have that place bulge. It is supposed to curve in like the other one did, and it's going to be an issue later, which I will show you. Now that both sides are ready, I've joined everything down the center, making sure that all the notch points meet. So everything has been sewn all the way down to the space I left for the slit. Those notch points are going to guide me now. The first notch is just where the position is. The second notch, watch carefully, is the one I'm going to pick and place where the first notch is. And then I'm going to repeat the process till I get to the bottom. So I go to the back, check for the next notch, pick it, and then I'm going to take it up, still in that 1 inch space, to the next notch and pin. First, I'm counting to see how many pleats I have done, so that I'm sure I've done all the pleats. As for the slit area, I am going to curve it. That's what it looks like right now, but I'm going to cut it as a curve on both sides. Another thing is to make sure that all the pleats are on one line, because if they are not aligned on one line, you're going to ruin the shape of your draping. So if you look at mine, you will see that one is out of place. Can you see? It's not on the line. So I'm going to loosen it and sew it back so that it is on one line. Can you see? Everything is now on one line. None is shifting out of place. This is very important. Else your draping won't fall properly and you'll be wondering what's going on. Now that all that is done, what's next is to fold it back the way it was. So if you remember when we started, the pattern was on fold, right? And then we had the center back and the center front. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm folding it back to the way it was so that I can join the center back that will serve as a zip line, and then I can go ahead and draft my dart point and my dart size and put my zip and the band. at this point I'm basically done. What's left is just to sew the dart, sew my zip, and attach a waistband. I'm here to put the band, but this is what it looks like now. This is cool, but I wish I hadn't used my exact hip measurements and had added a little, maybe 2 or 3 inches more, so that there is more space and it drops more. So what I did was to add extra just to the waist. So I didn't do the dart again. I loosened out the dart. Now I have extra at the waist. So what I'm going to do now is draw gathers at the place that I would have put the dart. This is what it looks like with the gathers at the back. I think it looks better than using the dart. And then at the front, this is what we have. Now remember that error I told you I was going to show you later on. This is it. Notice that the first pleat does not slant down like the rest of them. Are you seeing? That's because of this error I showed you earlier. So 2 things to be careful of. 1, after spreading, you should have the curve that will give you the look you want. You shouldn't puff like mine did. And then 2, make sure that all the pleats are on a straight line. If you decide to do the back of yours with a dart and not gathers, please ensure to increase the hip circle a little, at least by 1 or 2 inches, so that the draping has space to fall. Like I said earlier, mine was too fitted. That was why I made an adjustment to the waistline at the back. Alright, that's all. We're done. This is what it looks like on me. If you try out yours and you're on the exclusive community, feel free to send me pictures and videos of your own design.